Let's jump right into this explainer, shall we? Today we're talking about a place that is universally celebrated as one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, the Grand Canyon. You know, millions of people flock to northern Arizona every single year just to stand on the rim and take in those breathtaking, wonderfully vibrant panoramas. But, as we're going to see, there is so much more to this landscape than just a pretty view. It's this immense, totally dynamic environment that literally exposes the Earth's history.
We've got a really fun roadmap for today. We'll quickly cover its status as a natural world wonder, how it was carved over billions of years, its role as a sanctuary for rare wildlife, its sacred ties to native tribes, and finally, how you can actually experience the whole shebang today.
Okay, Section 1, a natural world wonder, focusing on its unmatched scale.
Let's start with the sheer, mind-boggling physical scale that makes this place so visually overwhelming. I mean, think about this number. The Grand Canyon stretches an unbelievable 277 miles long. To put that into perspective for you, that's actually further than the entire driving distance from Las Vegas to Los Angeles. It's just a massive footprint carved right into the Earth.
And it doesn't just stretch far, it is incredibly wide, reaching a maximum of 18 miles across the plateau. That distance is so vast that if you're standing there looking across on a hot desert day, the opposite rim can literally just look like a hazy blur in the distance.
And to top off these crazy dimensions, it drops more than 6,000 feet, so over a full mile, deep into the Earth at its lowest points. When you're standing right at the edge looking down, man, it truly feels less like a traditional canyon and more like a vast, colorful mountain range that's just been turned completely inside out.
Moving right along to Section 2, carved over billions of years, basically a giant geological classroom. So, transitioning from its immense size to its staggering age, the canyon is essentially a giant geological timeline, exposing nearly 2 billion years of Earth's history right there in its layered walls. We can actually trace its foundation all the way back to 1.8 billion years ago. Those are the igneous and metamorphic Vishnu basement rocks lying deep down in the inner gorge. And you know, those rocks were sitting there long before the land dramatically uplifted, and well before the Colorado River even started its relentless carving of the landscape we see today.
Now, if you want a super easy way to remember exactly how these dramatic, earth-red cliffs formed, just remember the acronym D.U.D.E, right? D-U-D-E. It perfectly lays out the sequential processes: deposition of the initial rock layers, uplift of the entire Colorado Plateau, downcutting by the river, and finally, ongoing erosion. Nature basically acted like a giant piece of sandpaper, just continuously wearing down the rock to carve out this vibrant wonder over millions of years.
All right, on to Section 3, Sanctuary for Rare Wildlife, the Living Canyon.
Let's move from cold, ancient rocks to a totally vibrant living ecosystem. The canyon serves as a vital refuge for some incredibly rare flora and fauna. The numbers really highlight the extreme rarity of the California condor. It's North America's largest land bird and, honestly, a literal relic from the ancient past. Despite there only being 405 living condors total, with a mere 226 of those surviving in the wild today, this isolated pocket of the Southwest gives them a safe, natural sanctuary to thrive. Seeing one of these guys soar over the rim is just an absolute treat.
But here's a really crucial point about how we interact with this environment. You might see some cute native animals along the rim, like rock squirrels or deer sniffing around for a quick snack, but feeding them absolutely destroys their natural ability to fend for themselves. When they get aggressive or too reliant on human handouts, park officials are sadly forced to humanely euthanize them to preserve the health of the whole ecosystem. So we really, absolutely must keep wildlife wild.
Section 4 now. Sacred ties to tribes, an ancient home.
Shifting our focus over to the human element for a second, this canyon was a home long before it was ever a national park. The area preserves incredible evidence of at least 12,000 years of continuous human occupation. It's just so deeply entwined with history, serving as a powerful spiritual site for many native people for millennia.
Geographically speaking, the canyon is physically, culturally, and spiritually embraced by surrounding Native American reservations. This includes the Hualapai, Havasupai, and Navajo tribes, among a few others. And actually, many of these native cultures trace their literal origin, like their emergence into this world, to specific locations right within this very landscape.
There's this powerful quote from the Associated Tribes that is just incredibly moving. "We are still here. We are our ancestors. We will not be forgotten." It's such a great reminder to respect the original caretakers of this magnificent place. Their connection to the canyon and its waters isn't just ancient history. Their spiritual ties remain entirely unbroken today.
And that brings us to Section 5, experiencing the Grand Canyon through modern tourism.
So, modern travelers from around the globe flock here to witness this immensity for themselves. Today, an astounding 4.5 million visitors travel to the park every single year. They come out to stand at the edge, hike the trails, and just take in those deep red, orange, and purple rock formations that change so brilliantly as the sunlight shifts across the cliffs.
And this massive draw translates into an amazing variety of experiences. There are so many diverse ways to explore this wonder. You might find yourself running world-class dynamic rapids down the Colorado River, or maybe hiking deep into the inner canyon along the Bright Angel Trail. You can view the changing shadows from the South Rim, or head over to the North Rim, which actually sits 1,000 feet higher. You could even take a helicopter ride high above the world's largest stand of ponderosa pines in the Kaibab National Forest.
The famous author Anais Nin really hit the nail on the head regarding the emotional impact of this place, way back in 1947. Her words remind us how this staggering landscape of earth-red strata can literally silence human beings. It evokes this profound sense of awe, acting as the absolute perfect antidote for anyone who feels like they've lost their connection to nature living in a modern city.
So, as we wrap up this explainer today, I really want to leave you with a final thought. When you look at the unmatched scale, the billions of years of history, the vibrant but fragile wildlife, and the deep, unbroken tribal connections, how will you choose to experience, respect, and protect this natural wonder? Keep that in mind before you plan your own journey to the rim, and I guarantee your adventure will be all the more meaningful.